Energy bills are astronomical, and it's insane to think how much they've shot up in the past year. It's no wonder that people are struggling to pay their British gas bills. I'm always wearing my coat inside and actively avoiding putting the heating on if I'm alone in the house. But that's not a practical solution for everyone, like my 90-year-old grandma or people with really young children. If you're finding it tough to keep up with your British gas bills, then you're not alone, and there are schemes that have been put in place to help. Most energy providers have their own hardship funds or grants, but they usually have strict eligibility criteria and aren't accessible for everyone. On the British Gas website, there's a struggling to pay section, which I'll leave in the description for you. This will run through a series of multiple choice questions like why you can't pay your bill, how you normally pay your bill, and then it'll give you options of how you'd like to pay going forward. There's an option to switch to a pay-as-you-go meter, or you can arrange to pay the balance in instalments. There's also a helpline that you can call Monday to Friday. When you discuss your British gas bill, they must take into consideration how much you can afford to pay. Be open with them about your finances and outgoings. If you're on benefits, there's something called the Fuel Direct scheme. A fixed amount is taken from your benefits to cover what you owe, plus an extra amount for your current use. You'll qualify for it if you're on income support, job seekers allowance, income support, income-related employment and support allowance, pension credit, or universal credit. Please be aware that if you get a knock on the door, it could be an energy bill scammer. Remember, you don't have to open the door to everyone, but if you do, and they claim to be from British Gas, always ask them for documented ID. If they claim to be a bailiff, then it's definitely a scam, because the debt from energy bills are passed to debt collectors, and they're two different things. If you found yourself in debt with British Gas and you feel a bit overwhelmed, there are options available to you if you're financially struggling. I'll go through some of these with you now. These solutions aren't all suitable for everyone, but you may find that one or two work for you. I'll quickly explain them to you. So first up, debt management plans. They're an informal agreement that you make with the creditors to pay back your debts at a lower and more affordable rate. Normally, that means paying less each month, but over a longer time frame. Sadly, energy debt like yours with British Gas can't be included, but you can use them for things like credit card debt. Next is debt relief orders. They freeze your debt payments for a full year, and then if your situation hasn't changed after 12 months, the debt's written off. You can't own anything with significant value like a house or have more than £2,000 in savings. Another option is offering a final settlement. If you happen to have access to a large lump sum, you can offer that to the creditors. Even if it's not for the full amount you owe, they may be willing to accept it to save them time. Equally though, it may be refused. Individual voluntary arrangements are another way to deal with your debt. It's a formal agreement between you and your creditors to reduce your payments to one simple payment each month. It lasts for 5 years, and at the end, any remaining debt's written off. Bankruptcy is probably the most famous option. You may already know, but with bankruptcy, all your assets are reviewed and some may be sold off to pay back your debt. After a year, any remaining debt will be written off. When debts mount up, it's overwhelming, but it's best not to ignore them or it'll just get worse. One simple step that you could take today is to find out if any of the debt solutions that I mentioned could work for you. In the description of this video, I've linked to a form on my new website, and it's got a few multiple choice questions like how much debt do you owe and how many people do you owe. At the end of the form, it'll connect you to a company that I've partnered with to provide you with all the information that you need about debt solutions that are available. So click the link in the description, go and check it out, and let me know how you get on.